Alright, welcome back to Delta Green, the game of the slow deterioration of body and soul. We've gone through some agents in Z-Cell, haven't we? Though most agents we've gone through have been... There's more retirees than there is deaths at this stage. We had 2 deaths on screen. And 4 retired agents. Who knows? They might come back soon, right? Fenton? Maybe? No? Okay. If you're out there, Fenton, know that everything is forgiven. See
no,
this?
It's not.
What was that?
He knows what he did.
He knows what he did. This is an open recruitment call to Delta Green. Delta Green needs you. Anyway, this show is rated R for all sorts of horrors. We've had body horror, mind-bending horror, all sorts of psychological and physical trauma, aliens, monsters, yeah, everything. Almost. And yet so much left to uncover, don't we? We have only started to scrape the... Who thinks that any of these characters will see the end of all my material?
Ooh, me, I do.
You do? You're optimistic, sir. We appreciate this. We appreciate the optimism. Who is in Z-Cell? Not C-Cell, it's Z-Cell. Ha.
Hi, I'm Briar, and I'm playing Dr. Alan.
I am Coach. I will be playing Agent Freddy Richtofen.
I am Harper, and I will be playing Sarah.
And those are the 3 agents who stand between monsters and everything. They are currently doing a stakeout of the review. Some scholars one of them is allegedly, would call himself a scholar. A group of 4 people who are organizing a Holocaust denial conference. I don't know what we would call that. Anti-nerds? What would we call that?
Assholes? We call that assholes.
Yes, we do. But these are not just regular get in your face because it's New York City type assholes. These are like 24 karat, very sophisticated assholes because you wouldn't see them coming unless you stood in the conference where they're holding speeches against the Holocaust. Be that as it may, you have been surveilling them for a while because Delta Green suspects that maybe they will connect with the Karotechia, a group of literal occultist Nazis that Delta Green has fought before during the war. Apparently, old Nazis don't just die. And this has been half a week. You have a couple of days left until the conference is supposed to begin. So far, we haven't seen any connections between these 4 organizers and the Karotechia. No evidence of occult activities. Last time, we continued with the surveillance. You'd been doing it for a while already. This is Part 4, after all. You've been working with the junior FBI agents Taylor, Lynn, and Faulkner. You've split your focus. Richtofen and Taylor tried to gain entry into Colm's apartment. But, yeah, there was a locked door. And as much as you tried to find a forged ID to hire a locksmith, you just ran out of time that day. It was not the best day of trying to accomplish a thing like that, apparently. Your people skills, I think it was Taylor again, who... he has failed a lot of times during this op, and he needs to up his game, clearly. I wonder if Taylor is worried that he might lose his badge and just bad performance review, go. Anyway, Gwyn and Blair tailed another organizer, Drinkwater, who was going through bookstores in Manhattan, including an antiquarian shop called the Hallowed Word. Yeah. It means nothing to anyone. It's just a completely regular and mundane bookstore. Yes. You continued your surveillance the next day. Faulkner took over trailing Drinkwater on another tour of bookstores. Gwyn and Blair remained at the Marriott Hotel, where the organizers are staying. Richtofen and Taylor followed Alan Brunt, and your tale led you to a radio station where Brunt gave an interview and deflected questions about his controversial work and the conference's funding. Clearly, this local radio station was not a white supremacy outlet, but actually tried to hold Brunt's feet to the fire. We can discuss how effective the journalist was. Brunt then made a call from a payphone and started doing some evasive maneuvers, taking multiple cabs and the subway to shake tails. You went out into Queens, and Brunt led you to an abandoned school in Queens. And you followed him inside. You were a little bit late because some of his maneuvers were actually successful. But you found him in the middle of a meeting with 3 young men. And soon enough, it was clear this was a drug deal. Brunt was exchanging his briefcase for another briefcase. And Taylor tried to get a photo of this, accidentally set off his camera's flash, and alerted everyone to the presence. Chaos ensued. Gunfights erupted. Dealers opened fire. Agents returned it. Richtofen and Taylor managed to kill one of the dealers and subdue another. But Brunt and the third dealer escaped, with the dealer taking Brunt's original briefcase. Aftermath, calling the local police, Taylor being put into administrative leave pending the shooting review, effectively removing him and Richtofen, not so much Richtofen, but definitely Taylor from the active investigation, though I think Richtofen also has to go through the review. Back at the hotel, the remaining team members were updated on the shootout, so when Brunt returned to the hotel in the evening, now carrying a duffel bag instead of his briefcase, you led him away. You, Blair and Gwyn, arrested him in the hotel lobby and led him away in handcuffs, and Drinkwater was watching from the hotel's dining room with displeasure on his face. So news of this arrest will probably spread quickly to the rest of the review conference organizers. That is where we left off. Where will this op take us next time? This time, Blair and Gwyn is with Brunt. That means that nobody, Faulkner might be, watching Drinkwater, I guess.
Can't leave him unattended.
No, you cannot. What will we do with Brunt? You're getting him to the car. He's, of course, not happy at all. He's grumbling to himself. I have rights. I demand an attorney. I want a lawyer.
We read him as Marine, right?
Yeah, that's pretty standard. Yeah, he's gonna sit in the back of the car. Where are we going with him?
Local police station. I think that's the nearest place to dump him.
I was a little bit low on the volume there, Harper.
Sorry. Local police station. I think that's the closest place, right?
Yeah, handing him over to local police authorities, because if you're going to the local police station, you're not looking to book him for under the FBI, right?
Where's the nearest place we can book him through the FBI?
There's an FBI HQ.
Okay, we'll take him.
Very well. Yeah, so he's going to be booked. Richtofen. Oh my God, we're all going to the FBI headquarters here in New York, aren't we?
Yep.
Fancy seeing y'all here.
I
Yeah,
haven't
what a
used-
coincidence.
What a coincidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Richtofen, you will have to speak to some of your superiors, basically, and investigative agents who are looking into the shooting,
Okay, I think
together with Taylor, obviously.
I know that I did have an opportunity at one point to call them while waiting for the police.
Yep.
How tied up have I been in communications with them, or at least since they picked up Brunt? Would I be able to touch base with them and try to formulate a plan?
You're not
It's not like
supposed to
I'm
be
in custody or anything,
communicating
bro.
with the rest of your FBI team at this stage because they want to take your statements and exactly make sure that no foul play can be suspected. So, in terms of...
But it's not like we're not in the middle of an active investigation and this isn't evidence towards what we're investigating, and I need to touch base with my superiors and my team on fire.
That's fair, and that superior would be Blair, so you would, yeah. You would touch base with her at least to let her know that you have some bureaucracy to sort out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this can be an unfortunate hiccup, or we could try to play this into our favor. We could try to overcomplicate the situation. Since there was drug involvement, we can try to be like, hey, DEA, you want to back us up on this one? Just for additional boots on the ground, or potentially for the sake of warrants. I'm thinking we might be able to spin this as with information regarding like the previous terrorist attack out west and the involvement with the neo-Nazis. We have reason to believe that this group may be a front operating to equip or monetize another group or attack. And Brunt, in the middle of his drug deal, very well might be one of the lead financiers of this operation. And so we could try to tie in drugs to the anti-terrorism spin.
May I offer another idea?
Please do.
So, we know that Brooke is related to this Nazi group. So, what we can do, since he is...
I'm sorry,
Very-
your volume is very low.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hold on.
Is this better?
Much better.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Sorry, this is through my phone. My headphone speakers must have been really bad. So, we know that Brunt is related to this neo-Nazi conference, and we now know that he is also related to drug dealing. Now, what if we could spin it as if this conference is a front for drug dealing? That way we can get increased surveillance on it.
I think that's similar in concept here. I think ultimately we can try to use the fact that there is drugs and illicit activity tied to the people that are hosting it. We might be able to use that to actually get some real warrants to do some more intrusive surveillance, or maybe even have boots on the ground in the venue that aren't just me in an overcoat.
I know, but what I mean now is that we don't have to prove that they are related to the group that attacked ABC.
But yeah, we don't necessarily have to do that. That may have been a step too far.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant it as we connect them to ABC and then we connect them. I got the order mixed up. Sorry.
At the very least, we can be like, hey, this neo-Nazi organization, let's be honest, they're hosting a private Holocaust denial conference here in the middle of New York City, which seems to be a pretty obvious dog whistle front for whatever their actual nefarious activities are. And leading up to it, we even found them doing drugs and accumulating money for whatever it is they're trying to attempt here. So I think, yeah, leaving ABM out might be a good idea, and it might be able to get us a warrant or two. But if we involve too much if we make it look like the drug dealing is more than just a way to make the money, then it might get more DEA oversight, which is probably something we don't want.
We also don't want to connect ourselves back to ABC too much.
But yeah, we can just leave that on down.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yep, that was just... Yep.
Because as far as we know, whatever this task force is, doesn't have anything to do with the ABC connection. It's basically just, hey, the official story is neo-Nazi conference, make sure nothing weird's going on. And we've officially found out that something weird has at least been going on, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So about Taylor for the time being, but we still have Lynn and or Faulkner we can leverage. And I think Lynn's a pretty good place to start since Taylor's tied up. Any questions, suggestions, things I should not say in the interview?
No comments here.
Do we think it's a good idea to try to leverage this and try to get more warrants and stuff now that we have some actionable info?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to be the one to present that to them since you're the head of the op?
Oh, I guess so.
Okay. Good deal. I probably have some statements to make. Sorry again, Blair.
It's all good.
Also, I do want to point out, this didn't necessarily turn out great, but now that I'm thinking about it, if they are meeting with these particular types of people we think they might be trying to meet with, they probably are going to be going to weird, out-of-the-way places to make the meeting. It's not like someone's going to come to the hotel or somebody's apartment or place of work, right?
Yeah.
So, as unfortunate as this one turned out to be, I don't think we should let it dissuade us from following people down dark alleys. Rain check on the base.
Okay.
Let's go. Richtofen, you are tangled up with bureaucracy here as you have to deal with paperwork surrounding the shooting. So let's go and have our first roll since the hiatus began. Bureaucracy, your favorite skill.
I do like that. Why am I under the... I'm under the Fallen?
The what? No, you're not supposed to be under the Fallen yet.
Agents?
You're not.
Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me select my character sheet.
What?
I'm so confused.
I'm also confused.
What's happening?
I find yours under agents.
I see it, but when I click on my name, it just brings up the ability to change my name. I can't actually
What?
see my sheet. Let me try to reload.
Click C? Oh, okay.
This might be a dumb question, but are you clicking on Richtofen or
Yes, Richtofen.
Phallus? Okay.
Let's try that again.
We back in. There we go. If you type C on the keyboard, you should get your character sheet popping up.
Okay. It seems to have fixed itself now.
We're happy to see that, hear that. Let's see how the bureaucracy treats Richtofen. Worse than any sanity-inducing horrors. Or not in this case. Alright, Blair and Gwyn, you are going to process Brunt. I think there's going to be some contest here from various law enforcement agencies who are all trying to get their fingers into this particular pie. The Drug Enforcement Agency administration will definitely hear about this arrest sooner or later because drug related, and someone's gonna spill the beans, if not an FBI agent.
It was a shootout related arrest. There just happened to be drugs in the room.
That's what we're trying to get away with, right?
Yeah.
How is Blair and Gwyn trying to navigate this?
Hear me out. Why don't we just let the agencies have him? I mean, if they're all
That's not even a bad idea, really.
Yeah.
if they're all trying to get their fingers in this little drama, why not let them? Let him deal with bureaucracy. Let him deal with a bunch of bickering government agencies.
I imagined him as the lamb in that oil painting surrounded by the wolves.
I mean, like, well, we hate it. So why are we depriving him of the absolute misery that is bureaucracy?
Throwing him into the alphabet cesspool may not be a bad idea, because that might just mean that he'll be tied up longer and won't be able to get to everybody by the end of the week. Whereas maybe if we or one other group like messes up crossing a T or dotting an I on some paperwork, he might be out in a day or two. He might be on something.
Yeah. Now you get it. See, now, can we get the DMV involved? Can we? Please.
DMV involved.
Please.
That would be, I'm sure it's possible. No cars were involved in this. It was a shootout in a school.
Can we say there was a bus involved? Please. He only has a Class C license and he was driving a bus.
Ah, Miss Brunt, according to the state of New York, it says F on your license here.
Dr. Blair, you being in charge here, you're going to be pulled in all the directions, aren't you? Yes. You're going to have the superior you answer to at FBI, who is Maggie Kincaid. She's just taken over. She's working out of the FBI New York field office on domestic terrorism and civil rights coordination. And she's going to call you up to her office, obviously.
Yay.
So, we're going up there, aren't we? To meet with her?
Yep.
She is going to be great to work with. I see no problems coming from this in any way, shape, or form.
Totally.
Well, be that as it may, she's going to receive you in her office. She has short, practical brown hair, a little bit of gray at the temples, a dark navy business suit, white blouse, and your typical corner office. She looks at you with some level of, I don't know, aloofness, restraint. She doesn't know you yet. She hasn't worked with you that much. So... Blair, what's new with this operation?
Is Blair's just gonna fill in about the arrest, run-in, and that they detained him at the hotel.
Right. So, what made you decide to go for the arrest on Brunt right away?
Given from what the other agents informed us when he left, that he escaped with the drugs and was witnessed involved in that shootout and deal, it just seemed best to detain him now before he had time to do more. Before he had time to either get to his hotel room to hide something or similar.
She will nod, but it's one of those nods, not necessarily of agreement, but rather of, I'm listening to everything you say and I am weighing it on some very sensitive scales. So right now we have a dead body in Queens of a drug dealer, 2 agents on administrative leave. I've been contacted by the NYPD homicide and Vice. They're asking jurisdictional questions. Narcotics, of course, want to know where the drugs went. And we also have a conference filled with political extremists who now know that the feds are watching them. What's your next move?
Still discussing. I think for now we're going to lay low and continue to observe instead of making more scenes and risks.
What do we have right now on extremism and a potential terror threat, white supremacy threat to the public?
Right now we don't have much. They have been acting suspiciously since we started the investigation, but unfortunately there's nothing concrete just yet.
All right. We can't let the case go now, even if they know we're watching them, because we still want to make sure that there are no such connections. This is going to be in the news sooner or later. A white supremacist organizer for an Holocaust denial conference caught in a drug bust. You can hear what that sounds like to a journalist, right?
Oh, very much so.
Alright. Keep the conference. I'm gonna let NYPD keep the corpse. We let narcotics get enough to stop kicking my door. I want Brunt charged cleanly or made useful by noon.
Understood.
All right. That's where we're at. Are you still here?
Yep.
Yep.
Get moving. And so you will leave her office. As it turns out, while you've been interviewed by Kincaid, Richtofen has been going through... I think Gwyn has been dealing with brunt force trauma. I am the
Ow!
I couldn't help myself. It was right there. I should
Pretty
never...
sure that joke. Pretty sure that joke gave Coach psychic damage.
Yep. I absolutely took all the damage I could. Or everybody did. But yeah, Gwyn has been dealing with that paperwork. We're booking him on drug possession, obviously, which... There's a federal crime in here, though...
Shooting at an officer?
What was that?
Shooting at an officer? That's another one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He did not actually fire the gun, ever. He was just hiding, but they don't know that. That's... He was involved in the altercation.
Yeah.
What is your bureaucracy? Or should we use law here? You are terrible with law, aren't you, Gwyn?
That's why I suggested that we throw him to the alphabet soup.
Ah, I see. Once Blair comes out of Kincaid's office, what are her instructions to the rest?
Am I with the gang again?
You will be sooner or later,
Okay.
because you succeeded with the bureaucracy check.
Yeah. Claire's just gonna update them, and we just need to get him properly charged.
We? Or just that he needs to be charged?
I find it extremely funny that the veteran agent Blair has absolutely nothing in law at all.
When have we ever done anything legally? That's all I have to add.
Yeah.
Officially all the time, but yeah, maybe not. Okay, Richtofen, once you have given your statement, and it was Taylor's gun that fired the killing round, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Yeah, so you are going to, after having given your statement and basically being informed of your rights and your situation right now, they're going to release you to continue with the investigation while Taylor is still being scrutinized for the shooting because he was the one. And of course, autopsy and forensics will later reveal that it was the bullet did come from Taylor's weapon because they're gonna find both, right? No, nothing strange there with the procedures. So yeah, Richtofen, you're back with Gwyn and Taylor.
Agents.
Coworker.
Colleague.
Acquaintance.
Peer, even. So,
Person I'm going to yell at as soon as my boss isn't around.
You mean Blair?
No, I'm going to yell at you as soon as I'm not being observed by my boss.
Let's go. I'm gonna go get yelled at. I'm ready to get yelled at. I'm sure they have an empty conference room or something around.
Nah. Gonna wait until I'm off the clock. I have many unprofessional things to say.
I'll have to wait until our next scheduled viewing advance.
Yeah.
So we're down one agent, but we're also down one target. So mathematically, we're up because it was originally like 6 agents to 4 targets, and now we got 5 agents, 3 targets.
I like those numbers a lot better, I'll be honest.
Realistically, we only still have 2 spare agents versus targets, but proportionally, it feels like we're coming up.
Yeah, I can follow that logic.
And that being said, the Air Force guy still hasn't showed up yet, right? So is that a tomorrow thing or a tonight thing?
He shows up. Let me remind everyone, because we did this just so recently that nobody could possibly have forgotten, right?
That's the episode.
He comes tomorrow night.
Okay, cool. Then yeah. And for the time being, we still have Colm and Drinkwater. Yeah, okay. And pretty much nothing has changed. Drinkwater is pretty much just only visiting books and the bar, and Colm just goes to work and walks his dog, right?
But yeah, Drinkwater's been doing all the bookstores.
Okay, unless you guys have any better ideas, I say we just keep with the standard routine. And I guess the real question is, do we give up on trying to get in Colm's apartment since we kicked up some dust?
We probably have to.
Okay. Unfortunately, that seems probably the smartest thing to do.
So what's the plan? What conclusion did we come to?
Seems like we're going to lay off Colm's apartment and still try to be as incognito with our surveillance as possible. Just be unobtrusive. If we see a deviation, and try to catch him on the move.
All right, so let's have a look here. We have Taylor right now not around. Brunt also not around because he has in fact been taken by the police. That means you guys. So he is... We need another box saying jail, right?
Yeah.
And we have Richtofen here. Faulkner was on Drinkwater last night. Yeah, so then Drinkwater is at the hotel because it's evening. And the rest of you are all in the same spot here with... We have Lynn on Colm. It is now 9 p.m. this evening. And Lynn can report, if you want to hear, that Colm has been doing exactly what he's been doing all previous nights. He's been taking his dog for a walk at, you guessed it, 7:30. And he has been otherwise just in his apartment and so on and so forth.
Thanks for the report, Lynn. I appreciate your diligence.
Thank you, she says. I don't know if her thank you is sincere or just a little bit, eh.
I can understand that. You'll probably have some company the next day or two, just to mix things up a bit, keep things fresh. That's cool.
She will acknowledge that. She's gotta have heard about the whole shooting situation and everything by now. Are we drawing Lynn away from Colm? Is that what we're saying? Or are we... This is... Nighttime is coming, so...
No, I'm thinking next. I think we should probably have Faulkner take over for her at night, assuming he's able to take a late night shift, like you mentioned he would be able to.
Oh yeah, he'll do it.
And then I'll get some regular sleep. And then I think next Colm shift, I'll probably go with Lynn and try to probe her a little bit and see if we can't get a replacement for Taylor. Unless either of you would rather try to win her over. Does anybody have any preferences to what we're doing with Drinkwater, or who sees the guy at the airport when he shows, or wherever he shows up? The airport guy?
Hames. Yeah, Hames.
The benefit is that Hames hasn't seen Blair or I, and Drinkwater doesn't know that Richtofen is part of the government surveillance. So I think that if we were to assign one of us to watch Drinkwater, it would be Richtofen, and then Blair and I can go observe the airport.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Do
we
we
probably
want to
do.
try?
We probably should
Do we want-
assign Faulkner as a babysitter for Richtofen, though.
That probably is a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very well. Yeah, you're gonna actually hear in from Faulkner because he has been following Drinkwater, and he's gonna call into Blair. It's gonna be like 9. Blair, Faulkner here.
Yes.
Just wanted you to update you on Drinkwater's movements. He has left the hotel, and I'm on him right now. We're headed north in Manhattan. Oh, look at that. He's going into theater here. He's gonna catch a show.
Ooh.
The Glass Menagerie? Does that mean anything to us in this context?
Sounds spooky. Is he meeting anyone?
I haven't seen any of that yet.
Has he met with anybody specifically beyond Brunt?
No.
Okay.
Not as far as you know so far, no.
Yeah. I don't think the play means anything to us, but.
You're
just
very
keep
low
me
on the
updated.
volume there, Briar.
Oh. Let me adjust my mic. Is that better?
Yeah.
Slightly, yeah.
Okay. I don't think the play means anything for us, so just still keep an eye on him and keep me updated.
Will do. All right. Yep, that's Faulkner right now. I guess you would have to switch out. At what time do you want to switch out agents for the night shift here? Faulkner is clearly tied up at an off-Broadway show.
Well, if Faulkner and I are going to watch Drinkwater in the morning, we should probably at least have him stay on him at least till he gets back to the hotel tonight.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to try to take over the night shift at Colm's apartment and let them get some sleep?
Blair, Gwyn?
I'll do it.
All right. Gwyn volunteers for this. And Lynn is going to be released. Very good. Hi there, Gwyn. How are you? Lynn says, like she's sitting there in the surveillance van all alone.
Be better. I assume you've heard about the incident.
Yeah, I did. I've been trying to get some good audio from Colm. Because he did, in fact, call. He called Drinkwater. I don't know actually who called. I think it was Drinkwater calling him. But they had a conversation anyway. And he told Drinkwater to not speak to anyone about Brunt. Like, hotel staff, reporters, attendees, anyone at all. If anyone asks, he said, Alan has a private legal matter that is not connected to us. That's all.
Okay.
And the conference is still on.
Didn't think this would change shit, but that's good to know, I guess.
That's all. That is...
Yep, I can take over while you go get some rest.
Excellent.
Sounds like you might need it.
There's been a little bit of damage control from Colm as well. I have a feeling that Brunt is going to get removed from the review.
Beautiful. I don't know why I said it like that. Probably.
Poor guy.
Oh no!
Poor guy. You have fun tonight, says Lynn.
Yep, yell at Richtofen for me. He needs it.
What has he done now?
He was reckless again. Almost got himself killed.
Again?
Just try to put the fear of God into him for me.
I'm not sure I have the seniority to do that, but...
I'll lend you mine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. She'll say, and... yeah. And then she's gonna go to bed. Unless she actually meets with Richtofen or has a reason to have a conversation with Richtofen before she goes to bed.
I wouldn't be waiting to ambush her or anything, but if we saw each other in passing, I'd exchange some pleasantries.
I'm gonna flip a coin! If I flip it low, you will in fact. Oh, look at that! You meet each other in passing. So, I guess at the hotel there, even as the rest of you all are getting back to do your surveillance, Richtofen will meet with Lynn, and she's on her way to her room at the hotel, and she will nod towards you, Richtofen.
Night, Glenn. Appreciate all that work you've been doing lately.
Yeah, I was supposed to put the fear of God into you, courtesy of Gwyn.
I make sure she doesn't have a gun on her immediate person.
She does, because she's an FBI agent. She's supposed to have one in a holster somewhere on her person.
She'll see my eyes get really big and dart to the gun and back a couple times. And then it'll say,
something about recklessness and getting yourself killed for no good reason?
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna argue that one.
You're not?
Yeah, what's the point, really? Then I'd have to explain myself.
Is there an explanation needed? You're really managing to push your buttons in the right way.
Taylor and I were getting kind of intrusive in our investigation. And some guys shot us. We're both good. Taylor ended up...
Yeah, no, I know you were in a shooting. I heard.
Yeah.
But apparently Gwyn thinks this is all your fault.
Well, she wasn't there, so I can understand why she would think that.
You guys have been working before?
We've met in passing.
Fair
I was
enough.
on a previous team that got assigned to work a similar job that they were on a couple months back. This is the first time we've actually been in the same department.
She just nods to herself. Feel free to roll a human, Agent Richtofen.
24.
Not at all. We have our first fumble for the session.
Ooh.
What do you want to pick, if anything? Or do you want to
I
roll?
always forget what options there are, just besides the distracted.
So minus 20 on your next roll. Something with this conversation is just gonna stick to you. You can't
Well, I
get
was
it out of
saying
your
that's
head. What was that?
Like a list of other options, because that's the only.
Oh yeah, if you click on the rollable tables under the journal tab on the right hand side, you'll be able to get the fumble table, and there you'll have all the options. Which include losing a d6 hit points or temporarily a little bit from your physical stats from one of them. Emotional burnout.
Immediate exhaustion, please.
Exhaustion?
Yeah.
Alright.
I gotta go to bed. I'm sorry then.
She nods to herself yet again and lets you go. I don't know, has Blair been there at all? Listening to this conversation, or are you somewhere else? It's up to you, Blair.
I'm gonna say Blair is somewhere else, probably in the hotel room already.
Very well. So, Lynn and Richtofen are going to bed. That leaves Blair up. I can tell you that at around 11 or so, Faulkner and Drinkwater will be back at the hotel after Drinkwater has seen that off-Broadway show. So, and now Drinkwater is in fact disappearing into his hotel room. As far as...
Alright.
And Faulkner will check in with you, Blair. Alright, nothing particularly interesting to report from the show. Drinkwater just caught a show, didn't connect with anyone there, and then straight back to the hotel.
Alright.
Where do you want me now? Am I on night duty, or am I on rest until tomorrow morning?
Rest until tomorrow morning.
Very well. Alright, you have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
You too.
And Faulkner goes to bed, which means that Blair is going to have the pleasure of being the night watch at the Marriott Hotel, aren't you?
Yep.
So much fun, this stakeout stuff, isn't it?
Totally.
I got a shootout.
You did get to shoot something.
Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
I don't like the prophetic tone you had with that.
It's not who knows if it's... Who can tell?
Most Delta Green scenarios end with a polite discussion.
Yes, that's exactly how they end. That's exactly how they end.
Now that you mention it, I'm trying to think of a single op that didn't end in a shootout.
Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it? Can't remember if there was one.
Apartment. I don't think the apartment ended up in a shootout.
There's been a lot of shootouts, though some of them against things that didn't react too much to bullets at all. Anyway, you will be happy to hear that on the next morning, I'm assuming here that Blair and Gwyn have chats over the phone every once in a while during the night just to keep each other awake.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 6 a.m., 7 a.m. on Friday. And it is March 26, 1999. And Gwyn is in the surveillance van and watching the lights coming on in Colm's apartment. This is now day 5 of your surveillance. And who's going to take over for Gwyn at following Colm? I don't know. We had a bunch of folks here. Faulkner and Richtofen and Lynn have all slept this night, so we have 3 potential candidates for a shift change. It's up to you, Blair.
I think we already agreed on the usual, right? Lynn going back to home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Walking around, drink water.
Alright, so Lynn is getting up. She went to bed earlier than Faulkner, so she's alright with getting up at 6 or even 5 to go and relieve Gwyn at 6-ish. Yeah, after that, I don't know what Gwyn did. What has Gwyn done during this long night of bore?
Watching the apartment and considering what I'm going to yell at Richtofen.
Okay then. Yeah, you must have a nice heater on in the surveillance van. Otherwise it's gotta be a cold night because it's just above freezing this particular morning. It's cool and damp. That's what it is. And the weather forecast gives you temperatures at noon of low 50s. And that's going to be basically the weather over the weekend. Damp and chilly until next week when it's going to heat up considerably.
Perfect rage temperatures.
Yeah, absolutely. Dry, crisp, chilly after... Yeah, it's chilly after dark. Good surveillance weather because no rain, but you don't want to be outdoors and have to stand still because that's going to be... At least not without proper clothes. But then we'll get to your van. She's bringing the coffee! You can smell the coffee when she opens the side of the van.
She is now my new favorite.
Morning, Gwyn.
Morning.
Action-packed night, I understand?
Yep. Absolutely riveting.
Absolutely riveting. Yeah, I've had a couple of those already. Thank you very much. Absolutely riveting is how we call them. Yeah. I bought you a muffin. What do you prefer? Blueberry? Raisins?
Very pleased.
Here you go.
Thank you.
All right. I'm ready to take over whenever you are ready to go. Get yourself some sleep. You said you'd been working with Richtofen before, and you're not surprised that he was reckless or something? Do I need to worry about anything?
No, not you, personally. It's more of just... I've worked with reckless people before, and just...
Oh, reckless people in general, or Richtofen in specifically?
Little piece of advice: don't get into shootouts. They haven't ended well in the past, and just hearing that he got into one and then didn't call for backup is a bit irritating. So, yeah.
She's nodding. Yeah, okay.
He, as a person, individually, is fine. Just
Okay.
It was a stupid move.
Feel free to roll a human check. You can't see my big grin right now, but it's there. You can hear it, right?
Yes.
It wasn't a critical failure, so we're all good here, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think anyone has passed a single human against Lynn this entire game.
I know that Faulkner has failed several human tests in other contexts, because apparently he can't roll to succeed for the life of him. Which I'm sure is not going to come back and bite him at all once bad things happen. If bad things happen! You don't know if bad things will happen. They might not happen at all. Blair, who do you want to take over watching Drinkwater? Richtofen or Faulkner?
Just Faulkner again. I'm sure it's just gonna be the same thing.
Alright, so Blair is going to go and get some shut-eye. And Gwyn is going to go and get some shut-eye. Which means that Richtofen gets to sleep in! Woohoo! How long are you going to sleep in, Richtofen?
I'm gonna get up early and go do nefarious activities.
Oh.
Need not do.
Oh no.
I hope you know I can modify my rant at any time.
Alright,
I've got
so
it in my little notebook.
Faulkner is going to get up. I don't know if you're going to have words with him in the morning at all.
He's just on the way out. I'll go ahead and wish him well, ask him if there's anything he needs from me.
Not really. Not really.
I've checked over your reports, by the way. Good work on the readings and the publishings and all that.
It just gave me a headache, honestly, so I'm happy that it's done and over with.
I understand. And at least we got some new stuff.
I learned to do a lot of reading in law school. If I had to choose between the readings I did in law school and this stuff, I'd take the law school reading any day.
I'll take your word for it.
As much as many of our laws are messed up and very complicated and everything is like a big Gordian knot, it makes a lot more sense than what these guys are writing. And if you had been to law school, you would know what a low bar they had to get across.
I can relate. I've done very heavy research into what the German people of the pre-1100th century thought was interesting and historical.
Oh, that's wildly specific. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, he says. Good luck to you today. I'll go down and get started on my post. He grabs his coffee and goes.
Thanks, Walker.
Which means, Blair, you're probably down there getting your breakfast. Is there anything you want to say to Faulkner before you go to bed?
Be safe.
Be safe.
That's just it.
Yes, ma'am, he says. Always. So that means Richtofen is alone awake in Z-Cell and without anyone to be a chaperone. How
Lord
might
help us
this
all.
go?
Oh no.
I'm going to go purchase a ticket to the conference.
Okay. You're gonna know where, by now, with the surveillance and everything, where the conference is gonna take place, and how to contact the review. There is like because this is still 1999, so you can't get an e-ticket or anything like that. You can't book your attendance online. But online there is a website that says how to book a ticket. And to do that, you basically had to send a check in for $10 or something it's not going to be a huge sum, to a P.O. box and include in the form name, blah, 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 address, all the details that they might want to have you properly registered, and send it. Yeah, so you have all the details of what you need to do to be properly registered for the conference right there. Which means that you don't necessarily have to go anywhere as much as just fill out the paperwork at the hotel and put the check in the envelope and mail it to the review P.O. box.
Even better.
They will want a return address, of course, but you are going to be, according to the website, it says that we are setting up a central database. Who wants to guess whether it's just an Excel spreadsheet or not? So that your registration will be, we're backing it up with, even if we're sending you material about the conference, we're also backing it up on our own end.
Okay, I don't mind giving an address, but as far as the return, I will have a PO box locally so I can pick it up here.
Very well. Yeah, so
I
it's...
probably shouldn't give my own address for the Nazi.
Give your own address to the Nazi conference. Let's go. That is just standard protocol, isn't it?
I am gonna give them my neighbor down the street.
Oh my! Why are you doing this? That can't be protocol at all. That must be some
Okay.
kind of illegal.
You're right. I won't do that.
You have an entire, I don't know how long time before things might kick off and do horrible things to each other or to the world. What are we doing with the rest of the morning? Because it's probably not going to take that long to fill out the forms and everything.
Yeah.
And
I
from...
thought I was gonna have to stop by the bank and then the post office and all that, but I forgot to go with the blue mailboxes. Just drop it off on the corner.
Yeah.
I still, on my character sheet, am listed as having 3 armor.
I
I
can
still
fix
have-
that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Is there a way that I can go and try to flex my bureaucracy and get a Kevlar vest?
Absolutely. Let's go. We're trying to do requisition here, which should normally take a day or two, but if you're doing it accelerated, it can take a few hours, I think, because a Kevlar vest is very standard, isn't it?
Yeah, and you shot at yesterday.
You did, exactly. Chrome body armor, Kevlar vest. Yeah, standard. So all it requires is really a charisma check to be successful.
Oh, not bureaucracy?
Not even. But we can take the 31 because why not? So basically by noon you should have a Kevlar vest.
Cool.
Why did I remove it from your sheet if you were just going to...
That was completely your decision.
That was my decision. I will take full... It's by noon it's going to be... Okay, so you're going to spend the morning requisitioning things here. You're going to... The mid-morning... I'm assuming here that we have the typical check-ins from the various agents on the various stations. Lynn is going with Colm, of course, to his job, as usual. And Faulkner is just reporting nothing new from the hotel. Drinkwater has not emerged from his hotel room as far as he knows today. And that's going to be the situation when you have your Kevlar vest in hand or trunk, as the case might be. Or on you, perhaps. I don't know.
Probably won't wear it right now. It only takes 15 seconds to strap it on. I think most of those are Velcro.
I managed to succeed with something for Taylor for the first time ever. How impressive is that?
Very. Yay.
Yay!
Jack.
We're proud of him, aren't we?
So proud.
Yep.
Very proud.
Richtofen? No news of Drinkwater. Colm is at work. And Hames has not arrived yet. What are we doing on this action-packed Friday?
I think at this point, I am going to sit by responsibly and wait for the adults to wake up so that I can be properly supervised.
Alright.
Also, did Blair get a receipt of Richtofen's requisition, or is that just between him and the government?
It might. I have no idea how that works.
Presumably, it would be coming through the FBI. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I would've had
you're ordering it
contact.
that way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she would get a receipt or how. Probably like a final report type thing. She'd be like, "Oh, huh."
Did he
Look at that.
requisition? And I didn't. Okay, yeah. I would think the standard operating procedure is just for Richtofen to tell Blair that he did this.
And when she wakes up, I'm gonna tell her.
Very good. She's not the only one who has to wake up. Who's waking up first? Gwyn or Blair? Should we roll a die for it?
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Why not? Here we go. All right, let's go, Gwyn, Blair. I'm rolling a D2 here. If I roll low, it's going to be Blair, because alphabet. Yep, Blair wakes up first. If you went to bed at 7-ish, then I guess you're going to wake up. We need 6 hours of sleep at least, Blair.
Yeah.
So, 1-ish? Then, at about the time Blair wakes up, and maybe she even wakes up because someone is calling her phone at this point, Faulkner will in fact alert the team to the fact that Drinkwater has now come down to the hotel lobby. Yeah, he's basically coming down to lunch in the hotel. So, now we have 2 targets on the move. Blair,
Is he? There.
does this change our plans completely?
I'd assume not yet.
Very well. So what's Blair's first thing to do in the morning?
Getting dressed, well, showering, getting dressed, and then heading down.
You are going to meet up with Richtofen and Faulkner, but Faulkner is keeping himself
Hello.
out of the way, I guess. Down in the lobby, where the Drinkwater is completing his meal. And yeah, Richtofen, Faulkner doesn't have anything to report other than Drinkwater just came down. So
Fair enough.
Richtofen, Blair, anything, any entanglements, any?
Hey Blair, I went ahead and sent in for my ticket for the conference, and I also got a bulletproof vest just in case.
Okay. I guess that's better than nothing if you're gonna run into another shootout.
I'm not hoping to, but if I've got to be the one inside the conference, I'm sure with the weather I can get away with a big coat, and hopefully they won't notice it.
Right. Fair enough.
Oh. Another huge play would be to take like a copy of Mein Kampf or one of their books to quote unquote get it signed, but actually have it hollowed out, have a gun in there.
Oh my god.
We'll bookshelf that one. That's a good idea. We'll think about that one for later. Oh my god, my favorite author!
The FBI is immediately regretting the choice of putting Richtofen on this particular case.
No, sorry. I just had a mental image of like 6'5" Richtofen just running up to this book signing booth. Oh my god!
Let's
No.
Gwyn, why don't you roll a luck check?
Oh no. Well,
That went great. Gwyn
Absolutely.
is sleeping soundly. Clearly. Drinkwater is in fact leaving the hotel. Who is going to be tailing him? Blair, you decide.
I think we already agreed on Faulkner doing it again.
Alright. Faulkner is on the case. This is what he's employed for, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what does Blair and Richtofen want to do then? Sit and read the news?
Despite Colm's apartment being unattended, we should probably still back off. Outside of maybe physically scoping out the venue, I can't really see too much outside of making preparations for Haynes to arrive.
Yeah. There isn't really much else to do for now.
Dude, I want that apartment so bad, but I know it's a bad idea.
Well,
And so what time is Haynes supposed to arrive tonight?
10 p.m.
Oh man, that's all day.
Yeah, that is all day. Faulkner will report in that he has followed Drinkwater to Central Park.
Anything you can think of as far as preparations, Blair? I had some time to score a vest pretty quick, but we might be able to use this time to go get some more valuable resources.
He's making a call from a public phone, and then he's gonna leave Central Park. Maybe he has. Maybe this is some counter surveillance stuff. Who knows? But Faulkner is on him. Drinkwater, for once, is not going through bookstores.
Yeah, we did say to follow deviations. So it might be worth one of the two of us or both of us going to back up Faulkner, whether he knows it or not. We can survey Faulkner surveying him and see if he notices a tail.
Would that give the wrong idea, or?
Probably. It's mostly just kind of like a fun experiment to see if he would notice, but maybe better to just kind of go ahead and give him some backup.
Yeah.
Your call. You're the brains. I'm just the mustache.
Yeah, one of us should. How about you go and I'll wait for Gwyn here.
You got it. To Central Park.
Drinkwater is leaving Central Park at this point, apparently. Faulkner is on him.
To rendezvous somewhere en route with Faulkner.
Very well. Seeing as you have cell phones, because it's 1999, you can, and it's New York City, so you have coverage, you can do that without too much difficulty.
Cool. I don't have to make a navigate check or anything like that.
Not really. And he'll just, so he went there, he just made a phone call from a public phone, and now I don't know where he's going, says Faulkner, as you are have linked up with him. He took the subway down to Greenwich Village.
Greenwich Village?
Yeah.
I guess we should go sniff around.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Harper, you're awake. Gwyn.
Yay.
Yay.
Back.
What do you... Yes, you're alive. I haven't killed you off yet. This time. For this character. And I take no responsibility for the last one, because that was...
That was me, yeah. I take full responsibility for Talbot's dumbass death. I think Gwyn is just gonna go about getting ready. Same as usual.
Very well.
I'm not in a hurry because I'm assuming that Blair is babysitting Richtofen.
Nobody said, oh, by the way, Richtofen's around with Faulkner to meet up with somebody doing something weird.
Which, honestly, would be normal for this particular stakeout, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Down in Greenwich Village, Drinkwater is going to one of the local brownstones there in the village.
Oh, like somebody's place that they live here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
It's narrow and old, this building is. It's wedged between a cafe with some fogged up windows and a basement shop that sells used records, which is hard to do in 1999 because vinyl is no longer popular and everybody's going CD instead.
Yeah.
So it's probably a struggle.
Sorry, so you said the basement place is not the same building as Brownstone. It's on the other side.
No, it's so this building has, these are two stores that are flanking the residential entry.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll try to hang out and see who opens the door, or if he just goes in with the key.
Drinkwater doesn't actually have a key. He's pressing one of the buzzers and just waits a little bit. Feel free to roll a human!
Oh boy. I'm very humanely intelligent. Oh wow.
What? Both of you are, apparently. You will read Drinkwater's body language as nervous. He's definitely checking his surroundings a little bit. He's watching out for if anyone can see him. So why don't we roll some stealth checks here? Or should we, Richtofen?
Should we?
Should we? Everybody's just gonna fail. Oh my... Richtofen, what are you doing?
I'm big. I'm very large. What do you want?
This is sad.
Do you wave at him?
No,
Is
but I
that what you
definitely don't blink.
You did something.
He looks at me, and as he makes eye contact with us, I nudge Faulkner and then point right at him.
Ah!
There he is. He's looking right at us.
My favorite author. Oh my god.
Oh my god. What are the odds I could make that play?
Better than the 33.
Now he's an author and publisher. I would actually know him. Fuck. So I noticed him noticing me, right? After he's apparently nervous.
Yeah, and he notices you or someone, and the moment he notices that he is in, because that was a critical failure. What do you want for your critical failure for this is your second fumble this time. What do we want for this time? Emotional burnout feels very appropriate, honestly.
I would take 6, if that's possible, but
The
I don't know if that applies in this
6,
situation.
confusion. I guess it is possible. Richtofen will definitely... Okay, what kind of false information? Now you know that it's false information. Dang it, player. What kind of... If it's false information, then Richtofen doesn't understand that he's been spotted, perhaps. Or...
That would make sense.
Because Drinkwater will take off. He's just going to leave the apartment building. Even though... Maybe there was no answer on the buzzer. Who knows?
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do? Working on... What was that?
We thought he might be doing counterintelligence stuff. Maybe he is just making weird phone calls, ringing random doorbells, and just trying to keep people busy. If he thinks that there's a tail on him, he's kind of successful in keeping our attention on him.
That's entirely possible.
That being said, we probably should take note of that address for later.
You can do that.
Okay.
All right, so Drinkwater is going to do very exciting things now, like going straight back to the hotel, probably. His counterintelligence round brought him right around and back to the hotel. Gwyn, where are you going now? It's afternoon. You've slept properly. Are we at the hotel lobby with Blair here, or?
Yeah, I guess I'll probably take over the lobby watch and let Blair get some... No, Blair already got some rest. Yeah, I guess I'll just do lobby watch.
Okay, so I don't know how hidden you guys want to be when Drinkwater comes back. You're definitely going to have a heads up from the team that he is coming back to the hotel, because they can communicate. Yeah, his counter-surveillance work is not going to work on you, Richtofen, right?
No, I do this for a living.
Faulkner's going to be like, did he spot us? Did we just mess this up?
Faulkner, look at us. We're practically invisible.
Alright, he just nods to himself. He's gonna trust you on this one. Which is always the prudent thing to do, right?
Of course. Always defer to your
Absolutely.
superior.
Particularly if that superior happens to be Richtofen. Truly action-packed here, isn't it? 3 p.m. Colm is going back to his apartment from his job. Regular like clockwork.
And
Your
so-
arrest doesn't seem to have changed anything for these guys so far.
And is today Friday? You said it's the 5th day, right?
It is indeed Friday, yes.
So, does he work on Saturdays, or does he have the whole weekend to himself?
You don't know his schedule. You haven't called his
Okay.
employer to ask.
That's fair. I guess we could probably check the hours on the door. His office, right?
If you could get... He's an accountant. He doesn't... You'd have to get to his office, I guess.
that's
Yeah.
fair. I guess, yeah. Okay. Alright, shucks. He may or may not work tomorrow. If he doesn't work tomorrow and he just has a free Saturday to run around, we're gonna have to be on top of him all day.
Right.
And sorry, so it's Friday today, there's still Saturday, and then is it Sunday or Monday that the conference is?
Yeah, that would be Sunday night, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Hopefully we get Taylor back at some point.
Overpay, that's part of the deal. Overtime pay.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah,
And yeah,
Drinkwater staying there at the hotel with Faulkner and Richtofen back at the... What are we... Yeah, we have the entire cell together here, except with the additional bonus of Faulkner at the hotel. Only Lynn is watching Colm at the moment. Drinkwater seems to be just at his hotel room at this point. Riveting afternoon, this.
Some sort of plan for the conference. If I'm on the inside, that's nice, but are we gonna have like a van parked in the parking lot somewhere with all you guys waiting for a signal? Or how's that day gonna look?
You don't have the schedule. No, you should, because it's on the website, isn't it? So, yeah.
I got the itinerary.
Yeah. You know the site, of course, which is a different hotel from the one where they sleep.
Oh, okay, so it's in a hotel. So we could even have rooms on a low floor. So worst case scenario, we can be a couple rounds away from combat.
The title is called Revision and Suppression, New Questions in 20th Century History. And it's allegedly a private historical symposium, a subscriber event. With invite only, of course.
Very cool.
Yeah. The doors open at 5 p.m. on the Sunday for registration. And the opening remarks start at 5:30. Where, according to the conference schedule, Alan Brunt is scheduled to speak. So that's a situation for them because you've put him in jail. He's under arrest. He's awaiting prosecution for possession of drugs.
So what you're saying is the conference is in need of someone educated in, let's say, German history to step in and take that spot.
Are you gonna have a chat with Colm or
Oh my god!
Oh God.
any of the others?
I wasn't?
But now
I
you
wasn't.
are. The first speech is going to be by Peter Hames. His speech title is Air War Propaganda and the Manufacture of Moral Certainty.
Oh.
Then there's a break for coffee. And then it's Michael Drinkwater who has the speech title Documentary Gaps and the Politics of Post-War Memory. Very academic sounding, isn't it? And then 7:45 there's going to be a panel discussion with Hames, Drinkwater, Brunt, and Colm as the moderator. And then closing remarks at 8:30. And that's when it's going to be over, basically.
I don't think I should prepare a speech.
Are you sure you're not going to prepare a speech?
I'll bring one just in case.
Are you so you're actually going to prepare a speech? You have enough
No.
history to do it.
Realistically, as funny as it would be, How stupid of an idea? Obviously, we were coming up with some bad ideas. But on like a very serious question to the rest of the cell, how bad of an idea is that?
Not too bad, actually.
Okay, I guess history would be a good one to roll.
I hate to admit it, but I think you, out of all of us, is the best equipped to
Yeah.
get in there and infiltrate. Sorry, I can't say this with a straight face. To infiltrate the neo-Nazi playdate.
Then yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out a subject matter that I even feel comfortable having my character write a fake. Like, I guess it's just gonna be like, not really necessarily mathematical, but a logistical understanding of being like 6 million. That's a pretty big number. But how did we get that number? And trying to essentially get to it that way, the logistics of the railroads and the holding cells and all that sort of stuff. That's what he'll base his thing on. Well, that is not a critical success.
That's just sad, but it is a success. While are we voicing these thoughts out loud, or are we just doing it?
Yeah, I was asking the rest of the group. I was like, "Hey, do you think this is something that I should actually do?" And obviously, I'm putting forth to be a member of the organization. I have similar background, educational experience that put me in a sensible place for it to make sense.
Faulkner can't pass the test, can he?
I think Gwyn is definitely agreeing with you that this is probably the best idea, but she is taking notes in her notebook.
Faulkner is clearly also agreeing with you that this is a great idea.
Settle down, Faulkner.
I clearly have a lot to learn about surveillance, he says.
What is the country of origin of your last name over there, Faulkner?
What was that?
What's the country of origin of your last name? Now that we're getting into history.
I can't say I've traced it. I guess on something English?
Seems to be. Just wondering.
I was gonna ask, though, if Drinkwater spotted us, obviously they're all alerted to stuff here. So what if Drinkwater... Was he doing counter surveillance on us now, or was he trying to link up with one of those contacts we're supposed to be keeping an eye out for? And then he saw us and got cold feet.
That is entirely possible. Just my only question is, would those contacts have a house here in the middle of New York?
I don't know, says Faulkner. Looks towards Gwyn and Blair.
I really hope.
What do you guys think?
First of all, who lives there?
No idea.
We got the address. I guess we could figure that out.
Yeah, that can't be too hard, right? The property records and whatnot.
Probably not. No, you can do some digging. That shouldn't take too long. If we advance the clock a bit, because Drinkwater is apparently not coming out from his apartment today, though Colm is back at his apartment now, much like he is every day. In the afternoon, he goes back to his apartment, so Lynn is there watching, as usual. Can set a clock after that, man. We've said that before. As you're cross-referencing here, the various... You're going to get a list of tenants for that particular apartment building, and that's a bunch of names, obviously, that you'll have to cross-reference against your subjects. And that's going to take a minute or two. But you are going to find a name that it does connect to one of your subjects. Yes. Yeah, one Mr. Theo Prentiss, who has a history from Boston University.
Ah, he was
We should probably have somebody watching that apartment then.
probably, yeah.
Even more interesting, apparently he was Drinkwater's student there.
Oh.
Right, yeah. He's professor at Boston College or University. That doesn't necessarily mean he's a Nazi, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's not. We still got some extra manpower. It might be worth having somebody hang around the apartment just to see who comes and goes and see if we can catch Drinkwater going back. But realistically, if we're tailing Drinkwater, we should catch him going back that way anyway.
Yeah.
Who's to say Prentiss isn't doing Drinkwater's dirty work while he's being supervised?
That is a fair point. Yeah, I guess we could list and try to get somebody to get some eyes on him.
Because they've been a bit. This might just be me being paranoid, but they seem to be making an effort at attempting to be normal. There's something fishy going on.
At what point is being normal a ploy for pretending to be too normal? You might just like
Nobody is
books.
normal. Nobody.
Can't be there.
True.
So are we sending somebody after Theo, or what's the plan?
Yeah, what are we doing here? You have a few hours left, 5 hours until Hames land, so...
We could send Faulkner.
You can do that. Yes, ma'am. All right. Faulkner is going down to Greenwich Village to observe Mr. Prentiss. Theo Prentiss.
His name is literally The Apprentice. I think he's up to some shady shit.
No, Prentiss. No, I mean, okay. Theo, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Theo Prentiss is his name, which obviously means
know.
The Apprentice. Yes, clearly.
I know.
Oh, he's John P. Bad Guy.
Oh! I was like, how has nobody mentioned this before? His name is literally Robin D. Banks.
No.
Looking into his, you're running a name. This is the first time you have a chance to run a name, aside from, yeah, you haven't run a single name yet because they haven't connected with anyone, these guys, before. So this is the first time you have a reason to run a name in your federal database. Let's see. You're gonna have to ask for local PD databases as well. He doesn't have any federal criminal record.
Anything? I mean, you can go down to City Hall and ask, right?
No, you'd have to, for police record, you'd have to ask the local PD. They store that. But you know that he's been in Boston because he was enrolled there. And you know that he presently lives in New York. So you have two police departments that could have records of him that you know of.
But I call the Boston Police Department and ask if they have anything out on a Theo Prentiss.
Yeah,
that they
sure.
might need.
Yeah, they will respond at the other end there. Sure, ma'am. And you're going to give badge number and everything because this is very formal and very procedural and you're doing things by the book, aren't you, Gwyn?
Totally.
I believe you. You always, there's never anything.
I always do everything legally.
Yes, all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. Ma'am, Theodore Alan Prentiss, born September 14th, 1973. That would make him 25 now. Not turned, he's 24, he hasn't turned yet, obviously. So, let's see now. Yeah, we have a disorderly conduct, public intoxication. Case was dismissed. And we have a failure to appear regarding an unpaid traffic citation, but that has been resolved.
So classic college stuff. Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too.
New
Okay,
York,
hang up.
you have 2 years ago a noise complaint at the residence. No arrest made. That's it.
I'm still suspicious of the dude whose name is literally The Apprentice.
Theo Prentiss.
Yeah,
They had-
I am judging both his parents and him for the name alone.
Clearly,
Yeah.
they were on the ball here for name creation, right?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Definitely.
Whoever wrote the scenario, big ups to Theo Prentiss.
I can't think of anything. Like, any name that I could have come up with. Better name than that. That was the best one. We need more like that. Right? So let's see now. We have as far as you're going through the records here to look up Theo Prentiss. Theodore Theo Prentiss. So Theodore, not just anyway. White male, former Boston University student, no felony record, no known extremist affiliation, no firearms purchases, no military service. Let's see now. Theo attended Boston University in the early to mid-90s. He was taking European studies, literature, history. Average student, really. Good student, even. Probably a GPA of 3.5-ish, something like that. He was in Drinkwater's apartment while Drinkwater was employed. You know this already.
And what does he do now for a job?
That would be tax records, wouldn't it?
So, accounting.
No, where you would find that out. You would find his employment would be listed under IRS records or such. So his employment is listed as part-time bookstore clerk, freelance proofreader, and researcher.
Does it list the bookstore?
It does not, no.
Why do I have a sneaking suspicion I know which bookstore it is?
Everything leads back. Yeah.
Okay, so we're definitely not going to say this into the phone, but we're definitely going to have Faulkner note everything about this guy.
Very good.
All
Yeah,
right.
Faulkner is on the case. He's apparently following Theo now, and yeah, so that's what Faulkner is doing. You're not going to be surprised to hear that Colm walks his dog at 7:30 p.m., are you?
Nope. I think it's more so just an alarm that it's 7:30 at this point.
Oh, no, he starts at... It's exactly the same time as last time. Wasn't that 7:30? No, he starts at 7 and ends up there at 7:30, right? It's exactly the same time as before.
And has he been followed for the entire duration of the walk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lynn is on him. She's
Okay.
she's been on him for 12 hours now.
I feel so bad for her.
Lynn has been following Colm for this entire scenario. And
I
this
told her
entire
she was going to
operation.
have company today too, and nobody came. Oh no.
Nobody came. It's very sad. So
I'm gonna
the
speak with
three of
tomorrow,
you have,
man.
basically the three of you have had more or less a day off from the surveillance as you sent Faulkner and Lynn out to do your dirty work for you. Great job, guys. But you're rested, so you can take the night shift, can't you? Who was to go and intercept Hames at the airport?
I think we agreed that it would be Blair and Gwyn.
Woohoo! Yes, we did. All right, airport time. Hames enters. Unless Richtofen wants to switch out with Faulkner or Lynn. I have good news for you, though. Taylor is actually gonna return to the unit. To the detail.
Hell yes.
Yes, he has been cleared. That was... I rolled his law stuff and he's cleared of everything. And the shooting was a clean one and he's back on duty. He's ready to go somewhere and relieve someone. Is he gonna relieve Lynn or Faulkner?
How about we have
Let's
him?
have-
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. I
How
was
about
going
we
to
have him?
suggest.
Sorry.
Oh, go. I'm done. You do it for real this time.
Okay. How about we have him replace Lynn for a day? I'm getting kinda suspicious of Lynn because everything is so punctual and we're only relying on her for this news. I feel like we've been swapping out everyone else except Lynn.
All right,
Well, what I was
Taylor is
gonna
on the
say,
job.
so I was going to sit with Lynn just to make sure everything was good, make sure that she's getting information reliably. It's the last day before, just kind of check where she's at, because ultimately, the day of the conference, we're going to have to pull her off anyway and have her with the rest of the group.
That's good.
Very well. Is Richtofen gonna switch out with Faulkner, or are we good there?
Yeah, I'm cool to switch out with Faulkner in the meantime, or have me be the person at the hotel, because Drinkwater hasn't left yet, right?
He has not. He's been in his hotel room all day, as far as...
And yeah, if
Are we getting
a good
stretched? Is Gwyn or Blair
little
gonna
bit.
stay at the hotel?
I don't think that's necessary. I think we can afford to take somebody off Colm for the night.
Yeah.
It's either Lynn and somebody, or there's not really a whole lot of point in leaving somebody there if it's not Lynn, so they can't work the SIGINT and nobody's close enough to hear anything. So I think we can afford to pull somebody off Colm for the night, and then I'll go with Lynn tomorrow. So if we want Taylor to cover Faulkner, you two can still afford to go after Hames.
All right, so Taylor will be on Prentiss then. And Richtofen, you're back at the hotel, while Faulkner and Lynn takes a nap.
Right.
And Gwyn and Blair go to the airport,
Yep.
where you're going to meet with Hames, who is Peter Hames is finally entering the op, folks. His airplane is on time. For once, we don't have any delays on any airplanes. It's 3 for 3. How does that make you feel?
He doesn't show up in like a leather trench coat with an eye patch, does he?
No, he does not. Not at all. Not even a little bit. You can tell he's a senior, obviously. He's has those glasses, a trench coat, not an eye patch, and it's not a leather coat. It's just a regular trench coat. And yeah, he's checking out. He gets his luggage. He's gonna take a cab to the hotel. Is this you guys following him, or?
Yes.
Yep.
Get him.
Very well. He goes to the hotel. Yep, he's gonna arrive there at 11-ish, so it's late. He has to get his luggage, he has to get from JFK to the hotel. It's all the usual logistical challenges of air travel. But yeah, he will arrive there. And he's gonna get his room at the 11th floor. And I think Taylor is going to be the one who's going to report the fact that Hames has called Colm after arriving. And Colm has been, again, very secretive. And there's some kind of conversation between Colm and Hames. Again, Taylor's only getting half of it. It seems like Colm is displeased, but then when has he not been? And he's giving instructions to Hames, but it's very short and maybe not so informative. Basically, you get information based on what you need to know, and nothing more than that, basically. They are, yeah. Whatever's going on, Taylor's interpretation is that, oh, look, I failed his human roll too. Yay. Is that it's not a very cordial conversation between the two of them. Which doesn't really tell Taylor much, because you just arrested one of the four, so maybe it's just that spilling over here. But, Hames is going actually to meet with Drinkwater very shortly. Drinkwater isn't coming out of his room. Hames is going into Drinkwater's room. They're not going to be there for very long. It takes 15 minutes perhaps. And then Hames comes out and he goes down to the bar and has a drink. I know it's a wild party here.
Absolute rager.
Absolute rager. Yes, that it is. Yep. He sits there, has a drink for all of 20 minutes or so, and then goes back to his hotel room. Who is going to be up all night? Hames has arrived. Drinkwater is at the hotel. All four organizers are now in New York City, though one of them is in fact behind bars and thrown into the alphabet soup, possibly. Taylor can report that he has spotted Prentiss going down to a bar in Greenwich Village. It's apparently a gay bar.
What's it called?
Isn't that a good question?
The penal colony.
Because we need to have a very obvious name, don't we? Yes. No, it's Julius's bar.
Okay.
It's Old Village.
Got it. Keep us updated.
Yep. Taylor is now, as part of his surveillance of neo-Nazi Holocaust deniers, staking out a subject at a gay bar. Which isn't as contradictory as you think, because...
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not surprised.
The Sturmabteilung, the leadership for the brown shirts, were known for their notorious sex parties, and some of those sex parties were definitely very gay. I think Ernst Röhm, the leader of the Sturmabteilung, was in fact gay himself.
Ironic.
Wasn't it ironic, though, given what the Nazis would later do to homosexuals? It's, if you wear a uniform, anything goes, apparently. If you don't wear a uniform, that's when the problem begins. So who wants to be on what duty overnight here?
I guess Blair can be.
Are we letting go of Colm here? Or not? We have two subjects allegedly. You don't know about Colm's activities right now, but allegedly, if he follows the pattern, he's deep asleep at this stage.
Yeah, I think he's good to leave alone, and we're not positive he's going to work tomorrow, so we'll try to catch him early, and then me and Lynn will just be able to meet him at the apartment before he would normally go to work, and we'll be able to determine where to go from there.
Sounds good.
Very well. So when are you planning to get to Colm's apartment in the morning?
He normally gets to work around 8 or so, right?
Yeah. But it's Saturday
Well,
tomorrow, so...
Okay. Then we'll just try to be there like around an hour before he would normally leave anyway. If he goes into work late, cool. If he goes elsewhere, we'll be able to just follow him to the apartment.
Very well. So Richtofen and Lynn, you said? That was the idea?
Yeah, for tomorrow morning.
For tomorrow morning, yeah. And that means that Richtofen and Lynn are getting a proper night's sleep. Faulkner has slept in the afternoon. He can take a night shift. Gwyn, Blair, either of you taking a night shift, or are we sleeping this night and getting up in the morning? Because now we have 4 subjects yet again. We have Prentiss, we have Hames, Drinkwater, and Colm.
Realistically, finding out that Theo's cruising the gay bar, it's very likely that Prentiss knew him from his time in school, and that might be why they're meeting up. I don't think we should take anybody off of him, but I don't think it's worth putting 2 people on Theo at any point.
Yeah.
You think it's worth still keeping one person on him at least?
Yeah, I think one person should always be on Theo. I think he might be working in the background for the rest of these people.
Could be.
Word.
So who's going to be where? Did we decide?
I think Gwyn will sleep.
Very well. Look, we have a Prentiss. Okay, Gwyn sleeps overnight. Blair, are you sleeping as well?
Sure. I doubt much will go on at night, and we need people to follow in the morning.
Faulkner is also sleeping, so we have... Does this mean that we have everybody except Taylor sleeping for the night? Because Taylor is watching Prentiss?
Much, yeah.
So this means this is the night when all 3 of the organizers that are left outside jail do all the shady things, and you have no idea because you let go of the surveillance. We'll see what Delta Green has to say about that. But
Probably
you
not.
won't know because it's going to be a slightly rainy morning, and we won't find out until next week when we come back to discover what eldritch horrors you might uncover on this Saturday, when the surveillance will continue and Richtofen and Lynn are gonna pick things up at Colm's apartment at 7 in the morning or so. And Blair and Gwyn and Faulkner will just have to decide who's gonna go where. Prentiss is gonna come back from the bar sometime in the middle of the night, because it's a Friday night and he is in his mid-20s, so obviously he's out partying until early. But you'll have to make all those decisions next time. So far, no eldritch horrors detected. What if there's no eldritch horrors at all during this entire op? What if Delta Green was, for once, too cautious, too paranoid, and sent you...
Theoretically, that's happened eventually.
It's entirely possible some of those ops are just... nothing happened this op at all.
I don't know, there's a dude named The Apprentice. I think there's some shady shit going on.
Teddy
The Apprentice! It's right there!
in the name. We shall see. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We are back from the hiatus, like a great old one waking, like Cthulhu waking from Erlai. And we will see you all in a week from now. Take care.